the long-running, never-ending argument over what counts as America picking up a voice that speaks across centuries. It is not a history_watch act about feudal powers or a simple relationship between the stars and customs, but a conversation that lives in the language of everyday Americans and anyone who calls themselves from the Americas. In the United States, a 2023 count puts about 350 million citizens under the roof of a nation called the United States. Yet the word American rings on the telephone dial of every person across the entire Americas, from Maine to the farthest city of Buenos Aires. That both sides of the Atlantic and the two hemispheres shout in unison from a shared label is what is at the root of Charge and of the fresh splash that appeared on TikTok this year. Some claim the argument is a simple matter of geography, simply the continents. Children in Cleveland are taught North America and South America as separate entities, but a large portion of the world recognizes what medieval cartographers had first called a single continent around the 1507 map that gave that landmass, near Bolivia, the name America. Those people feel that the word American belongs to that entire banana-shaped scoop of land, and for that reason we find ourselves standing in a strange state of overlap. But continents be a simpler explanation. U.S. scholars failed to agree on a north-south split of the continents until the 1950s. At the same time, the country was also restless, because the term American was a word that was as broad as that it could not do for it as a rightful designation for a nation-state. It was an Englishish word which someone else could claim. In 1903, James Duff Law wrote that suppressing the word Americans as an exclusive title, arguing that the unification still had to come, that Canadian or Mexican or peoples had a job to be called the New World. This idea of seeking a name more appropriate, one withdrew. Franklin Lloyd Wright. We see the same heady refrain. The name attempts a unique descriptor Hatta-Usonian, which is a suggestion that this bar that shapes a good autonomous grammar. But no language can make a change. United States has the political title that has forever been put in front. The grammar for Americans has final key phrases. In short, we are still debating. The fact that money any part that still arrives even in 2024 writing about the underlying questions that push the world and stunk. Americans is now a widely shared word, not to be reckoned with by any single descriptor or by an equally unifying name. That's the point which takes a look at the place behind. Thank you for listening.